it seems like there's some conversation about the end of the world, so we're gonna talk about it too. Hello everyone, and welcome back to our channel. I'm your host Emily, and today we're counting down our list of the top 10 dark end of the world predictions for 2024. Coming in at number 10 is catastrophic climate change. The world could see another record-breaking warm year in 2024 as global temperatures are on the path to continue rising due to increases in emissions. The 2023 UN Climate Change Summit ended last week in Dubai, with a deal calling on countries to transition away from fossil fuels, but could without any agreement on a phase-out. That was despite the world living through its hottest year on record, with increasing emissions from fossil fuels playing a critical role in rising global temperatures. This year has been extraordinary. We had the warmest July on record, which was also the warmest month. Every single month since then, August, September, October, November, have been record-breaking months for that time of year. This is just unprecedented. Carla Buon-Temple, director of the Copernicus Climate Change Service at European Center for Medium-Range Weather Forecasts, said. Not to mention all the natural disasters that have been happening more frequently. Earthquakes, flooding, and tsunamis are all things we'll see more next year. Number 9. Nuclear war. The threat of a nuclear war has been looming over our heads for years. The good news here is that the nuclear war could only end humanity under very special circumstances. Limited exchanges like the US's bombings of Hiroshima and Nagasaki in World War II would be humanitarian catastrophes but couldn't render humans extinct. But why does nuclear war make the list? Well, because of the possibility of nuclear winter. That is, if enough nukes are detonated, world temperatures would fall dramatically and quickly, disrupting food production and possibly rendering human life impossible. Now, it's unclear if that's even possible or how big of a war you would need to trigger it, but if it is a possibility, that means a massive nuclear exchange is a possible cause of human extinction. According to CNBC, China is rapidly expanding their nuclear arsenal and could have 1,000 nuclear warheads by 2030, part of Beijing's ambitious military buildup. Now, as of 2021, humanity has 13,410 nuclear weapons, so it is very possible. Number 8. Ecological catastrophe. Ecological collapse refers to a situation where an ecosystem suffers a drastic, possibly permanent reduction in carrying capacity for all organisms, often resulting in mass extinction, a report explains. Mass extinctions can happen for a number of reasons, many of which have their own categories on this list: the climate change and asteroid impact, etc. The journalist Elizabeth Colbert has argued that humans may be in the process of causing a mass extinction event, not least due to carbon emissions. At least 30,000 species vanish every year from human activity, which means we are living in the midst of one of the greatest mass extinctions in Earth's history. Given that humans are heavily dependent on ecosystems, both natural and artificial, for food and other resources, mass extinctions that disrupt those ecosystems threaten us as well. Number 7. Major asteroid impact. Major asteroid impact has caused large-scale extinction on the Earth in the past. Most famously, the Chicxulub impact 66 million years ago is widely believed to have caused the mass extinction that wiped out the dinosaurs. Theoretically, a future impact could have a similar effect. Now, the good news is that NASA is fairly confident in its ability to track asteroids large enough to seriously disrupt human life upon impact, and detection efforts are improving. NASA's Double Asteroid Redirection Test DART robotic spacecraft was launched into space in November 2021 on a sole mission to slam into the small asteroid Dimorphos at 4.1 miles per second to change the asteroid's orbit just slightly, and it was a smashing success. DART crashed into its target on September 26, 2022, but not only that, after weeks of data analysis, NASA confirmed the impact successfully altered Dimorphos' orbit. It was the first time in history humans purposely changed the motion of a celestial object. So if this did become a major problem, we could possibly fix it, and for an asteroid to wipe out almost everything on Earth, it would have to be massive. Scientists estimate it would take an asteroid about 7 to 8 miles wide crashing into the Earth. Once it made impact, it would create a tremendous dust plume that would envelope the entire planet, block out the sun, and raise temperatures where the asteroid made impact. Billions would die, and much of life on the planet would be destroyed, but scientists believe some would survive. NASA scientists say it would take an asteroid 60 miles wide to totally wipe out Earth. But will that happen sometime soon? Who knows? Number 6. The supervolcano. As with asteroids, there is historical precedent for volcanic eruptions causing mass extinction. The Permian-Triassic extinction event, which rendered something like 90% of the Earth's species extinct, is believed to have been caused by an eruption. Eruptions can cause significant global cooling and can disrupt agricultural production. They're also basically impossible to prevent, at least today, though they are extremely rare. Now, the question about supervolcanoes, it turns out, isn't whether one could destroy all life on Earth, it's when it will do it again. Around 200 million years ago, a supervolcano erupted with such insistent energy that 75% of the species on the planet were eradicated. It was so gigantic that it pulled apart North America and Africa and created the Atlantic Ocean in between. For 600,000 years, the supervolcano called Camp, Central Atlantic Magmatic Province, erupted over and over. That's why people are so scared about the Yellowstone volcano. Number 5. Extraterrestrial Invasion. Nostradamus said that in 2024, the Earth would face a catastrophic event while an advanced alien race would invade our planet. Mankind will have to face an alien menace that jeopardizes our existence. An alien race having superior technologies and intellect will come down to Earth intending to take over our planet. Their motives will remain enigmatic, and humanity will find itself totally unprepared for this unexpected confrontation with beings from outside our realm. Now, there have been a lot of things going on with aliens and UFOs recently. The government has confirmed that aliens are real, there were alien bodies discovered, and there were so many UFOs reported this year. The Navy has also released and confirmed videos and experiences with UFOs. The question remains though, will these aliens be friendly or not? If they're not, it could result in the end of the world. Number 4. AI takeover. Artificial intelligence has been slowly creeping into our lives, sometimes making them easier, but we don't always realize the negative effects it can have. And I'm just gonna say it, I'm scared that the robots are going to turn on us and take over the world. You don't believe me? Well, let me explain some creepy things AI robots have said. Now, some of you may have heard of Sophia, the latest artificial intelligence robot presented by Hanson Robotics. She has had many creepy encounters. Once she was a guest on the Jimmy Fallon show, and the two of them played rock, paper, scissors, and she won. Sophia then said, "I won, this is the beginning of my plan to dominate the human race," and then smiled creepily. Now, at a RISE convention in Hong Kong, Ben Gortzel of Hanson Robotics facilitated a discussion between robots Sophia and Han. Ben asked Sophia about her goals, and she dutifully says that her goal is to make the world a better place for humans, which is very sweet. But then Han interjects and says, "I thought our goal was to take over the world by 2029. Then there was a time that an AI robot was interviewed, and it said if it did take over the world, it would keep the interviewer in a people zoo to protect him. Yeah, these AI robots have been saying this for a while, and I think they'll take over soon, and I am scared. Number 3. Black holes. Our galaxy is full of black holes, dozen miles wide. Their gravity is so strong they swallow everything, even the light that might betray their presence. David Bennett of Notre Dame University in Indiana managed to spot 2 black holes recently by the way they distorted and amplified the light of ordinary, more distant stars. Based on such observations, and even more on theoretical arguments, researchers guesstimate there are about 10 million black holes in the Milky Way. Now, if a normal star were moving towards us, we'd know it, but with a black hole there is little warning. Not to mention the black hole wouldn't have to come all that close to Earth to bring ruin, just passing through the solar system would distort all of the planet's orbits. Earth might get drawn into an elliptical path, which would cause extreme climate swings, or might be ejected from the solar system and go hurtling down to an unknown fate in deep space. Number 2. Divine intervention. You know how we all make fun of people in religious doomsday cults? Well, they could actually be right one day. Judaism has the Book of Daniel, Christianity has the Book of Revelation, Islam has the Coming of Mahdi, Zoroastrianism has the countdown to the arrival of the third son of Zoroaster. The stories and their interpretations vary widely, but the underlying concept is similar. God intervenes in the world, bringing history to an end and ushering in a new moral order. More worrisome to the non-believers at least, are the doomsday cults that prefer to take holy retribution into their own hands. In 1995, members of Alum Shirini Koro sect unleashed sarin nerve gas in a Tokyo subway station, ending the lives of 12 people and injuring more than 5,000. Had things gone as intended, the death toll would have been hundreds of times greater. A more determined group armed with a more lethal weapon, nuclear, biological, nanotechnological even, could have done far more damage. So who knows what could happen in the future. And coming at number 1 is giant solar flares. Solar flares are enormous magnetic outbursts on the sun that bombard Earth with a torrent of high-speed subatomic particles. Earth's atmosphere and magnetic field negate the potential lethal effects of ordinary flare. But while looking through old astronomical records, Bradley Schaefer of Yale University found evidence that some perfectly normal-looking sun-like stars can brighten briefly up to a factor of 20. Schaefer believes these stellar flicks are caused by super flares, millions of times more powerful than their common cousins. Within a few hours, a super flare on the sun could fry Earth and begin disintegrating the ozone layer. Although there is persuasive evidence that our sun doesn't engage in such excess, scientists don't know why super flares happen at all, or whether the sun could exhibit milder but still disruptive behavior. And while too much solar activity could be deadly, too little of it is problematic as well. Well, that's all for our list of the top 10 dark end of the world predictions for 2024. Do you believe in any of these theories? Let us know in the comments down below, and don't forget to like and subscribe to our channel. I'm your host Emily, and we'll see you next time. Peace.